One, two, one, two, testing. Hello, guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's Roman, as you can see, and I'll tell some more details about the video production in the end, but let's get to the topic straight. So, relationship, anime, manga, and relationship, actually. So, mm, I thought that I should speak about this because, well, I'm planning on doing the productivity video that's inspired by Death Note video that I'm uh, editing in currently. And well, I thought I should break down how L thinks and how Light thinks, how they taught themselves, and how you should be more protective. But I also had a theme in my mind going about relationship, and maybe I should talk about this and how anime manga. I mean,
Yo, hi guys. It's me in a different shirt for some reason and so on, and this is why the audio was damaged in the previous record. But maybe it's for the better sake. Is it correct to say like this for better sake? Because it turned out to be 30 minutes long, and I promised to make it shorter, and I thought maybe next videos will be 15 minutes. But no, this one should be 15 as well. And I will try to track the the level of audio. Hope this one won't be damaged. So yeah, hope I look more like light in this shirt, but well, I'm not because I'm too old and I haven't shaved. I scratched a little bit over here, and I'm waiting for it to recover. Then I'll remove this beard of mine, which is like more lighter than my hair over here. Like, never mind. So the main thoughts are written over here, and I was speaking about the relationship in the anime and manga. And first of all, I should say that this topic covers both me speaking about the relationship between, like, for example, teenagers or someone who builds a relationship in the couples, those who watch anime and read manga. And I'll be speaking about their parents or our generation or a bit older, those who are going to raise their kids. And I'll try to focus on giving some is fine, yeah. Giving some advices to both those who are trying to build couples and those who are trying to understand their parents, and for parents to understand their kids more. I hope this will be useful. Throughout the years, I've noticed those things, and I'm going to share this. This is still not educational, but entertaining video, but still some advices should be nice, right? And this is a part of a productivity videos that I'm gonna film. It's based on the Death Note, so next video will be like how to be like L or Light, productivity video, how to teach yourself some things or how to manage your tasks and so on. And I decided to speak firstly about some relationship matters and then about some productivity and being smart and stuff. So first of all, let's speak about relationship. First of all, anime and manga really influences the viewers and the readers, but it influences how kids approach new connections, being acquainted with someone else, and even how to take parents' advices or criticism. And it is true. But still, or maybe I should speak chronologically at first about couples and then about friends, right? So about couples. Sometimes those anime mangas teach us to develop ourselves and become a better person. Then others who you like will be attracted to, which is fine. But there is a lot of time frame that's being concentrated on more of troubles connected with being less social, on being afraid to talk to someone, because the main focus of those animes and mangas are the typical schooler, typical Japanese schooler, typical international schooler. But you shouldn't be focused on this, because when you read further, you notice that the main theme and the main focus is to develop yourself and to remain yourself in the sense of being a human person with the same kindness and with the same need of others and need to socialize. Even though you develop yourself and become a better person, you'll think that others maybe aren't that deserving that you thought of them before, and sometimes you will meet other or more deserving people. For example, when you grow in a company or when you study more, you'll notice more of those who study more and work more as you. But sometimes you can give the chances to those who study or work less, but still they deserve your attention, and they will appreciate you more for your struggles and your efforts. And so don't be focused on the thing that this, let's say, a directing tool or approach of those authors or editors of those authors, I should say, because editors have a significant impact on the final work. They use this leverage psychological approach to the readers of yours and create such characters that are miserable most of the time. But you shouldn't be miserable. You should keep growing, and don't use those enemies as an excuse to like being stuck for life. And at the same time, if you feel you don't have something to develop into, like try. Most of the advices successful people give are oriented around the fact that while you're young, try different things, and then you will find something to focus on in the future. So yeah, you can search your path, and more or less, or earlier or later, you will finally find it. And first of all, yes, I should say, anyway, it doesn't matter which path we would take, some kind of a engineering or artistic or other things, you should, in both ways, study math and study history and study everything at your school, because an average education is needed to develop your personality at the minimum, to understand the world and how others approach you and how to socialize with them, and not to be so scared to talk to others, because your logical thinking will be prepared more for this. And as well, this will help you differentiate where in all of the media, including anime, manga, and other kinds of medias, where this is some kind of manipulation that wants you to be more obedient in social lives or something like that. And where it's a good lesson that some good authors are trying to teach you through their works, through their master, how is it called? When it's a great work. No, I don't remember. Never mind. So, and so I should say to both girls and boys and to any couple representatives that try to follow those who are really honest in their work and their studies, and even those who inherited something from their parents who uh, got their wealth through some bad means. Their kids, like, mostly will not be that successful to maintain this wealth. And only those who study diligently and work diligently, even if their first impression of these people isn't that good, in the long run, they will be more successful and they will be more comfortable to work with and communicate. So, first of all, of course, I'm talking to girls because girls usually choose boys, even though different boys can do everything for girls. It's the girls' last uh, choice to choose amongst the boys and choose wisely, not those who are arrogant, try to be cool, but those who are really, really cool, those who really study and work hard. And they will show you. And the beautiful movie about those diaries. Mm, Bridget Jones' Diaries. First movie is great. Yeah, others are not necessary to watch. Yeah, it's true. And first movie ends with a girl choosing a good boy. Well, they aren't boys and girls; they're grown ups still. And then she kisses this good man, and she says, "No, good boys doesn't kiss like that," because he like kissed her with all the kindness and all of this soft approach, but still passionately. And she wasn't expecting this. And she said, "No, good boys it doesn't kiss like that." And he said, like, "Yes, they do. They really do." And those who we were choosing before that, this was a bad choice. And she understood this, like, without any words. Like he said, the first phrase, others like were hidden between the lines. So, and this was a perfect ending. Yes. So, and these were the advices for the couples relationships. Maybe there will be more, but let's not stretch this video too much. Other things I should say is let's check the sound. Sound is fine. La la li lo la. Okay. And relationship between parents and their kids. So sometimes it's being told by some news or some other sources of media. Maybe I should turn on this. That anime and manga influence kids badly, and sometimes parents, for example, our generation suffered a lot. Our parents thought that they should try to fight with us and make us not watch this and not read this because they didn't understand that this is a modern art. Previously, genius books were written in Russian Empire by all of those beautiful authors like Tolstoy or Dostoevsky or others. And before that, popular art was in paintings and in Europe, in other Europe, not in the Eastern Europe, but in Central Europe, in Italy, or in Spain, like Salvador Dali, or in Italy and other countries, such beautiful painters or sculptors. Like everybody know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles names, like Leonardo da Vinci, like Michelangelo, and Raphael, and yeah. But for real, study arts history, for real. And nowadays, modern art is gaming, and before that it was animation and manga. And manga artist is more than Dostoevsky's and Tolstoy's and others, bro. And everybody know that for example, the Death Note is like oh, I'm sorry, I don't know the English names of this works. How is it like? Bulimia? Наказание. Crime and punishment. Sometimes they change the name slightly in the translation, like crime and punishment. Pro. But this is even so the parallels are so obvious that it's even a bad taste to outline them, but still everybody know that crime and punishment and Death Note really like, or Naruto really is like the War and Peace, or like Bleach is like the Death Souls. And so on and so forth. So, but sometimes some kids really do dive too much into it and forget about their life, which is why I was saying, like, keep studying, search your path in your life, even though you're being inspired by those anime mangas. Try to differentiate good and bad influence they can do on you, because of course there's a lot in different media, different archetypes that could inspire you, like some sportsmen or some media, celebrities and others, so political, you're a person, some leaders may inspire you, and at some point some anime mangas characters may inspire you. Even more those that you feel represent your nation. For example, such Japanese stories for Japanese, but some characters in anime mangas look like Europeans or like other ethnical groups, and we feel like they represent us, and their troubles may parallel with our troubles. Well, okay, I won't be repeating all of this, but some parents are too worried about this, or were. I don't know how it's nowadays. I hope it's not hard. So the video is fine. I hope so. So I should finalize. Is so. Yeah. So my advice to parents not to be so critical about this, and understand that younger generation, or for example, like nowadays, grown-up people are those who grew with anime, which is why some parents will be watching anime as well. But still, this advice is will be useful, and pay attention to how your kid like does regular activities, and if he does them well, and he started to watch some anime, don't think that this is some kind of an issue. Maybe this is some kind of a relief for them, or this will serve as a inspiration for them, and they will treat this as other kind of media. And to some extent, some anime manga representatives are even better than all other shows and movies. Representatives, some examples are even worse than anime manga for it. So they won't harm your child as far as you think so, actually. And I have to say a couple more thoughts. This video becomes too long. Sorry about that. It's 20 minutes already. And but at the same time, so we should learn how to hear each other, parents' advices or criticism, and kids. Mm, both kids and parents should listen to each other and yes, try to remain open to conversation. And if parents won't be criticizing too much, kids won't be that stressed and try to hide something from their parents, I suppose. And if kids will be showing everything they are doing and everything they are following, like parents will be more relaxed about what their kids are into and will have their way to control or at least get some advice about this. So, and I have had some examples, but maybe I shouldn't give those examples because there's too much time I've been speaking about this. So, well, but maybe I should say, well, for example, I have had a girl, and first of all, I was thinking that this girl, I wasn't sure should I talk to her or not in the middle school or so. And I was worrying too much about this, and I was too humble to speak with my mom about this. And we were saving money at this point, but then years later, I realized that I was saving maybe too much. Maybe I was able to ask my parents to lend me, to give me some money to ask out this girl for some day to buy her some ice cream or something. And at the same time, I was stressed because I really liked this girl, actually. But my mom, maybe I shouldn't specify overall saying parents or not, or maybe yeah. So my parents, they were worried about overall my behavior, and sometimes there are some problems like this. I was worrying about some girl, and parents are thinking something is wrong with me, something wrong with you, and maybe you're off because of some animes you're watching or something, and they will criticize you and they will say like, stop watching this and maybe this will help. And they won't be saying like maybe, they will force you. Maybe this won't be happening nowadays, but this is something that was happening with us back then. And you can't explain, but and then even if they will get to know the real reason, they will tell like that still anime is fault, or this is anime's fault, or something like this. Actually, my parents thought that this girl is like off because like I was one of the best at studies and everybody respected me, and they were like, why didn't she like me as well as you do? She's strange, they say. Maybe that was right. But so yeah, maybe this example isn't that perfect, but you see, I wanted to finalize with there are lots of different kinds of problems in real life that will make you or your child or someone else feel that something is off. But this isn't anime and manga's fault necessarily. And you should take care of each other and talk openly, freely about your problems and search for a better solution. And then you will see that problems resolve themselves somehow, and there's no fault any longer. And even if further, like this area really grew and community grew and everybody loved anime manga and people really meet each other in some conventions and this became a part of our life so developed that we couldn't ignore it. And gaming and anime manga intertwined and there is a lot of games about some animes or some anime games out there. So yeah. Oh, I forgot. Maybe I should re-record all of this. No. Another final idea. So sometimes our parents they thought that our teenage relationship aren't that important, right? But then when you speak with people throughout the years, they say, "Oh, these guys have met in their school or some university, and their relationship is even stronger. They're forged throughout the years. They're a lot happier than others because they were lucky enough to meet each other at such an early age, and people who met each other, who found their couple at school, are so happy because these people know each other for a long time and they are really close to each other because of this. And the longer they know each other, the happier they are. And those who meet each other at school and continue their relationship are the happiest. And then, then why were you saying that the teenage relationship and teenage problems aren't that important? Come on, stop that. For real. Because for me specifically, I feel like if I would have met or I would have resolved something with the girl I said, or I met a couple girls that I liked, and I dated someone, but these weren't the greatest couple for me, so I decided to continue just working and living alone without any couple, searching for a better couple, and hope I will find someone in the future soon. But I had some experience, so I can say not only theory but practice as well. But still, I'm only on my way to find a better couple. But still, I all the time think if I would have been lucky enough to meet someone from my couple even earlier, I would have been worrying about this less, about this part of my life. And this would have helped me focus on other sides of my life, like work and development and stuff like this. But because I spent some time to search for someone or analyze this or stuff like this, and first of all, yes, I'm not that focused on other sides of my life, like work and development and stuff. And of course, if I would have had a couple, I would have received more support, but still I would have needed to give more support. But this wouldn't be an issue because it's like if it's in person, it's easy to do. And if you follow the same goals or you approach life the same way, it's really supporting, which is also nice. Yeah, so when some say teenage problems aren't that important, like when they mention that in the future, when they like you will grow up, you will know like working or finding work is really hard, but if you will help your child with a relationship in a teenage age, with they won't be worrying about this, and they will focus on finding job more, and they will be more successful in work as well, which is logical, right? And sometimes, like, I was too focused on helping my family at a young age, and I wasn't asking for help. Maybe I should have asked for help more. Maybe I don't know. It doesn't matter. Life resolves itself the way it is, and I'm here where I'm supposed to be. But it could have been a bit differently. And for example, I could have started this channel like 10 years ago, so, or 7.5 years ago. So, okay, never mind. So, I wasn't asking for help, but don't be afraid to ask for help of your parents. And this may be difficult because, for example, your parents may be preoccupied with work or something, but to resolve some teenage problems, this doesn't take much resources or else. And sometimes parents can help you solve some teenage problems a lot easier. And if we still like will treat each other respectfully in our families, future will be guaranteed. Yeah, yeah. let's think about this. Yeah, let's treat each other nicely, and everything will be nice. And it's not just something like some couple. For example, our parents who could, if we will listen to them more, give us their advices from their vast experience, according to which people will be more likely to be a better couple for me, for example. Sometimes we don't listen to our parents in these cases, and then throughout the years we realize that our parents were right, right? And sometimes they are not, but still, you can listen to those advices and then decide to do or not to do. So, to be influenced by anime and manga is a nice thing if, first of all, you study at school nicely and you improve your logic and you differentiate the good or bad influence from all the media, including anime and manga. Second of all, you treat your kids or your parents, both vice versa, nicely, and you share your experience between each other, or you ask for help, or you support. And if you will be a successful kid, your parents only will be happy for you. And if you will help your kid a little in their teenage problems, this will greatly impact in the future. I'm telling you, just be open to communication and not the critical maybe about their hobbies or something like this. Even if you're occupied with work, solving some teenage problems really doesn't take much. Sometimes. And third point is like, let's treat each other nicely. That's it. Yeah. Wow, I should have structured this better. Maybe I should record this. I'm sorry if I didn't. So, thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.